Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Hello, hello, hello. I'm in the process of going through old comments. I just found, I just found how to see them all. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't, but I just found how to look at them all. So I'm a little bit behind on comments. So one person said, there's a picture of Ramana Maharshi on the wall. That's from an old video. He's a Hindu teacher. Bruno, Jesus, Amida Buddha. I've had pictures of all of these people. Bruno, Jesus, Amida Buddha, and now Ramana. What kind of relationship does he have to Bruno's teachings? So I'm going to answer this broadly, or look at more specifically, what's the relationship between other teachers, other traditions, and the teachings of Bruno Groening? Well, first and foremost, I just think of something that Bruno said, which is, I never ask a person what their religion is. And he once said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that what he had to teach would be of interest to people of all religions. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And that second thing that he said, that's how I understand Bruno Groening's teachings is that what he taught was really the core of every, for me, in my understanding, pretty really of every spiritual tradition. That's not to say that there's going to be theological disagreements, or that they're exactly the same. It's not what I'm saying at all. Oh, hi, joined by Bob. Oh, hey, Bobby. Yeah. So, what a pleasant surprise. So another thing that Bruno Groening said, which I found very interesting, is that Bruno spoke of himself as a transformer, or as a conduit of divine energy. And he said that there was always at least one such person on the planet who was able to make the divine energy of God available. He spoke a lot about why most people need a helper, or why they need someone to help them take in the divine energy. And we can look at, I've talked about that, and that's maybe for another video. But right there, we see that Bruno Groening made no claim towards sort of an exclusive claim on his capacity to do this. And it also really gives us a perspective to look at other traditions and other maybe other spiritual teachers or other great beings. Now, speaking of great beings, he had the utmost respect for Jesus Christ. He said that Jesus was the Son of God. He said Jesus was the Savior of the world. And that he just had the utmost profound respect for Christ, and said that what he was teaching was the teachings of Jesus Christ, that it wasn't even his own teaching. And I found that to be very true. I really feel so much closer to Christ. And really, before I found Bruno Groening, I would have described myself as kind of spiritually eclectic. And then once I found Bruno and his teachings, I just felt myself slowly but slowly more and more drawn to Jesus. And so that's actually really... But even more so, in the character of Bruno Groening, I've come to understand, I have a very felt understanding of who the personality of Jesus, what it would have been like to hang out with Jesus. I often describe Bruno as the most Christ-like person I've ever heard of. So I'm truly grateful for that. Another interesting thing is that Bruno Groening recommended the book Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East. And I'm doing a little research on that now. I actually owned that a long, long time ago. But one of the premises of the book is that there are multiple great beings here on this planet, and who are masters. And my definition of master is someone who mind over matter. Now, Bruno Groening spoke of that, and he said, I've come to restore balance back to human beings that they might become masters over matter. And that's really interesting that, we like to put people like Jesus or Bruno up on a pedestal, and but in essence, what Bruno is saying is that all these things that he did, and for anyone who's new, I know that Bobby's new, tens of thousands of healings happened around Bruno Groening of every and every imaginable condition. And yet Bruno is saying that these things are natural. And in essence, that these are, that what he did and these capacities that he had, that most human beings are like, oh my God, that's unfathomable, is actually not unfathomable. It's actually natural. Let's see, here's the question from Bobby. How do you spell his name? Yes, almost, Bobby. It's Bruno Groening. Groening. It's like groaning, except the A becomes an E. Bruno Groening. Can we talk with Bruno? And then Bobby says, can we talk with Bruno? And if you ask him to, can he help me understand Jesus better? Oh my God, Bobby, yes. That's been my experience. That has truly been my experience. And actually, this is so beautiful that you're here live. Bobby and I met. Well, I won't say more, but Bobby, the idea that you and I met and talked a lot about, you can say what it is, but I won't disclose it. I actually came to that firm conviction thanks to the teachings of Bruno Groening. I was one day meditating, taking in the divine energy the way Bruno teaches it, and I suddenly was just drawn to read about Jesus. It was like I was pushed, like something was pushing me, and I went to all these different websites, and then I landed on a website that was about the specific idea you and I spoke about. And if you want to type that in right now, otherwise I'm going to keep that in confidence. So, oh my God, yes. Brother, I can't wait to talk to you more, Bobby. Yes, it's through Bruno's help that I feel so much closer to Jesus. Like I understand Jesus's teachings. And then I understand the personality of Jesus. And yes, very much so. Happy to talk more about that with you, brother. So in my own journey, I've looked at okay, good. I have another YouTube channel that's dedicated to the idea of universal reconciliation, the idea that all people will be eventually saved. And while doing this practice that Bruno teaches is of absorbing divine energy, I was just pushed to study about Jesus, and I hopped from website to website to website, and I landed on this website about universal reconciliation. So I really feel that Bruno, or the divine energy, led me there, and so in my own journey, I've studied deeply many different traditions, many different religions even, and that's why I had pictures of some of those teachers up there, because I have so much respect for Ramana Maharshi. He was this Indian teacher who just radiated love. People would just go and they would sit near him and they would be unable to think. Their minds would get completely quiet because of this profound energy that he emanated. I've had pictures up of Jesus, and I've just shared a little bit about the Jesus connection. And Amida Buddha, a particular Buddha from the Buddhist tradition. And really, I learned about humility from that particular teaching, which I won't get so into now. But really, what I want to say is that the core of what Bruno Groening taught was that there is that there is a higher power, there is a God, you can call it by different names, and that there is a divine power, a sacred life energy, which is available to help us, and how to take that in. So I'll very briefly talk about that now. Please sit with your legs uncrossed, feet flat on the floor, hands on your legs, palms facing upwards, back in a relaxed, upright position. If possible, not leaning against your chair. And now close your eyes. And now hand over all burdens, all worries to a spiritual helper you trust, whether it be Bruno Groening, Jesus Christ, Amida Buddha, Ramana Maharshi, Krishna. It's not my place to tell you who to trust or who to not to trust, but a being who you absolutely trust. Hand over your problems and worries. And now, having done so, ask to receive the divine life energy, and observe your body doing so, having the will, the intention, take that energy in. So we're going to drop into silence right now and observe our bodies, having the will, the intention to take this energy in. And I'm going to play a little music and just notice what you feel. You can ask Bruno Groening for help to take this energy in and enjoy. Let me know if the music is too loud or soft. Just observe your body. Just opening to receive the divine energy, observing your body. Just taking in divine goodness. Opening and receiving the blessing of God. Letting ourselves be cleansed, renewed, fulfilled. Taking in the peace, love, joy, even bliss of God. Letting the good in. I don't think it's a coincidence that the word God and good are so closely related. Bruno Groening would speak of God as the good, goodness itself. Yum, 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 yum. God is delicious. Thanks for drinking deeply with me, and a warm welcome to Bobby. Excited to make this connection with you on this channel. And thanks to everyone who joined in. I hope this was a benefit. Fundamentally, the question, what's the relationship between Bruno Groening's teachings and other traditions and teachers, really comes down to a question of theology, right? And I'm not a master. I'm not, my definition of master is someone who is at peace always, and someone who is able to manipulate matter through the power of God in their mind. And Bruno Groening, by that definition, was a master, as was Jesus. And so I just like to keep things simple. As humans, we have this tendency to be like, oh, it's only this, and that's something for each person to come to their own conclusions on. Thank you so much for joining in. Thanks for saying hi, forever loving everything. And wow, we had 7 people drinking in the divine goodness together. I wish everyone a blessed day. And Bobby, I hope to chat with you in some way, shape, or form soon. Take care, dear ones. Much love. And For those who are live, I'm going to start up another stream in about 3 minutes. Oh, that's so sweet. So I'm going to start up another stream in about 3 minutes. So just hop back by my channel. And this is just for the people who are watching live, meaning it's going to start at 11:15 a.m. California time on the 9th of November. And such a sweet prayer, Bobby wrote. Bruno Groening, thank you for using Arthur to connect me with you. I want to be your friend forever. The thing is, Bobby, is, Bruno Groening said that once he's made a connection with someone, that connection does last forever. So you've just made a new BFF, or at least an FF, a friend forever, and maybe a BFF. I don't know. I feel like Bruno is one of, if not my primary BFF, best friends forever. So much gratitude to all of you. So much gratitude to you, Bobby, for your openness and your open heart. And I just want to say most assuredly to anyone, following the path of Bruno Groening has deepened my connection with Jesus, and really more like it's opened. I was so close to Jesus because of how I was raised religiously. It's deepened my understanding of Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. The thing about the teaching of Bruno Groening is it's about connecting to God and being guided. God and the energy of God knows where to guide us, what we need, what's best for us. So it's a very open path, and it's a very universal, teaches universal truths, yet will guide each person individually where they need to go. And Bruno Groening is a fierce friend. So I'm just Aw, yeah, Bobby, absolutely. Take care, beautifuls. Much love.